All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
Okay. So, hört man mich gut? Ich hoffe, das ist jetzt richtig eingestellt. Also beim Mikrofon ein bisschen weiter ran. Besser? Dann kann ich jetzt alles hoffentlich gut vorbereiten. So. Oh Gott, das ist schon etwas her, dass ich schon letztes Mal wieder so gemacht habe, aber erst einmal. Oh Gott, ich habe aktuell einen Bruder. Danke. Ja gut, hat einen übelsten Stick-Tiff. Ich stelle mal beim Freund des CP-Team mal wieder. Mache erstmal die Dailies. So. Einfach. Passe kein Genshin Team zu Andy zu Miko Andy einfach. Ei. Sehr simpel. Einfach ein also ist eigentlich Geburtstag einfach mal Genshin Stream. Was mir gerade auffällt, der Abstand ist ja nur gerade mal 2 Monate her eigentlich. Das ist schon ein bisschen gut von meiner Seite aus. Ich auch sehr gut die Motivation finde. So, erstmal doch schnell die Dailies machen. Als ob ich doch gesprungen bin, doch schnell. Alles klar. Wie so gesagt, keine dieser. Aber wenigstens die Daily-Dialoge, es gibt mal, die sind so nervig. Das sind die Dialoge, dass man da wenigstens skippen kann. Ja, das ist immer so nervig. So, wie war euer Tag bis jetzt? Die erste habe ich geschrieben an der Raul, Terromimiko und Andy. Ich werde sogar gleich zur Fontaine reisen. Und du bist schon bei Summe angekommen. Hast du auch, wie heißt es nochmal? Hast du Chessem gemacht eigentlich? Raul, Chessem? Ja. Dieser Untergrund bei Liu. Das ist so eine. Das will ich jetzt nicht machen. Das habe ich jetzt keinen Bock dazu. Das kann warten. Bubble-Pilze. Da ist einer. So, das ist der Bogen. Gut, dass der ein bisschen Cheat-Mode ist. Hallo. Gott. Ich jetzt manchmal hasse die Controller. Was soll ich denn jetzt gleich wechseln? Hat er getroffen. Okay. Auf zur nächsten Daily. Ich hoffe, es geht danach zur Fontaine weiter oder kommt noch so eine Zwischenquest. Bin so unsicher aktuell. Andy, bist du im Chat gerade? Wird die auch sehr flattern oder ist es... Ich weiß, ich habe das von mir mit der Lager, ob das in die Luft flattert. Das hat eigentlich einen Popschutz. Ja, muss wirklich zum Ende fliegen. Aber ach, stimmt, die Arena-Quest muss ich auch noch irgendwann machen. Oh Gott, auch. Die Quest habe ich am wenigsten Bock eigentlich. Muss man mal gucken, wie tief ein Popschuss eigentlich drin ist. Er ist auch eigentlich sehr tief. Okay. Ah, hier, schon direkt. Achso, diese. Was ist das? Ah, das sind die ersten Gegner.
These are about to get dicey. Gotcha.
Das habe ich falsch gezeigt haben. Der Skill. Komm, stirb. Solche Gegner da.
Busted.
So, hier ist die letzte Gegner. Komm, Explosion.
Fun's over.
Gut so. Gut so. Und jetzt heißt es. Ach. Hallo. Da. Okay. Ich glaube, ich wechsle gleich den Controller. Ich hoffe, dass er gut geladen ist.
Add Astra.
Welcome to the Adventurers Guild, my lady.
Ist okay,
Thank
Andy.
you for complete.
Ja, freue ich auf Stufe 3 schon. Ich wandle einfach um. Ich wandle es einfach um.
I choose.
Da muss ich ja keine Sorge machen, um Harzer ballern. Einfach umwandeln. Ich habe ja. Ich muss ein bisschen öfter docken. Er hat ja diese eine Quest gemacht für diese Schmetterling-Fang-Quest. Ich glaube, Andy weiß, was für eine Quest ich meine. Für ein Gadget, das ich dafür bekomme. Hä? Als ob du für mich sogar ein Zählerpol rausgeholt hast. Okay, Andy, soll ich auf. Okay, Andy, entscheide du jetzt, was ich auf Zählerpol mache. Columbina, Raiden oder Columbinas Waffe versuchen. Sag an Andy. Ich hab Columbina. Ich kann ja mal. Ich hab Columbina, deswegen habe ich gefragt, soll ich hier Waffe ziehen? Der Witz ist Columbina, wo ist sie? Die müsste sehr weit hinten sein, weil ich konnte auch nicht so viel leveln. Noch weiter hinten. Ich glaube, ich muss mal eine Favoritenliste machen. Da ist sie. 70. Okay, dann Waffe auf Columbina versuchen. Ich hoffe, das funktioniert. Mal gucken, ob ich die Waffe bekomme. Ist ja eingestellt. Nach Musik im Schilder, Imagine, ich verliere jetzt die 50-50 oder so eine Scheiße direkt hier. Nee, ist ja. Ah, schade. Mal eben nicht. Irgendwas Besonderes? Ich weiß nicht, ob die Waffe gut ist. Da kann ich jetzt hier endlich mal, das ist erstmal, dass ich hier mal. Vielleicht habe ich ja genug von diesen Sternschlichter, dass ich mal davon bei alle Standardwishes mal kriege, weil ich das habe ich noch nie geschafft in letzter Zeit. Das ist so pain. Oh Gott, das ist auf jeden Fall nicht. Vielleicht kriege ich ein Chi-Chi. Nope. Aber genug. Und wieder den oh Gott. Zack. Schade. Okay, ich wechsle den Controller. Das geht nicht weiter. Bitte sei gut geladen. Upsala. Okay, gut, der ist gut geladen. Okay. Los geht's. Hä? Ich hab noch ein Wisch. So, ich dachte, ich hätte. Bah. Schade. Okay. Wo muss ich jetzt als erstes hin eigentlich? Oh Gott. Welche Quest muss ich jetzt machen eigentlich? Ah, das hier, oder? Kapitel 4, das hier, oder? Das ist die Quest, die ich brauche, oder? Ja, genau. Ja, ich habe vorher geguckt, Andy, aber es betrifft hauptsächlich den Shop erstmal. Erste Linie ist der Shop. Der muss dahin, okay. So. Mit welchem Team soll ich eigentlich vorgehen eigentlich? Ja, glaube ich einfach mein Euro-Label aktuell.
The first time. Oh, Paimon remembers. Nahita's consciousness had been trapped by the doctor, but we followed the clues she left behind to help her. So much time has already passed since then, and it seems Paimon just hopes this peace will last a long time, and then Nahita won't have any more new problems to deal with. Yeah, guess you're right. But somehow, come to think of it, maybe it's all because of you. Maybe you're just a magnet for trouble.
Du bist aber nicht, eher du.
Me? Before Paimon ran into you, Paimon never ran into any trouble. At most, when she was super tired, Paimon got caught in some strange whirlpool and sucked out into sea. And even then... Anyway, for Nahita's sake, maybe we should think about heading to our next destination.
Ah, look who it is. Running into you in a place like this? I can see you two still love wandering around.
Hey there.
Oh, it's Dia! Since when are we just wandering around? But never mind that. What brings you here?
I just finished a commission in the desert for a usual client of mine. Nothing too interesting. Just escorting. That's when I saw you two all the way over there. Chatting away. What? Are
Okay.
you serious? Can't say I saw that coming.
Hast
You
einen
are
Blick
travelers
bitte.
after all. Bumping into you like this will become a rarity. Hey, how about I gather a few mercs to escort you?
Thanks, but no need. Oh, Paimon had no clue you'd miss us.
Sounds good. All you need to do to get to Fontaine is cross this stretch of desert and navigate. So, when are you leaving?
Oh, wait a sec. Paimon just remembered there are still a few
I see. Guess you won't be needing a going away party or anything. Though, now that I think about it, Sumeru wouldn't be what it is today without you. Seems true heroes always
By the way, should we go say bye to Nahita? Oh, good point. Then there's no need to bother.
Then, I guess this is goodbye for now, Traveler and Paimon.
Goodbye, Dia. Bye-bye, Sumeru.
Hierfür, also da war die Map. Als ob ich da hier geportet bin. Und hier ist sogar so ein Abreisepunkt. Ja, ich hätte mal normal so reist so. Was ist eigentlich für das Schiff eigentlich hier? Ich hab nicht so richtig gedacht eigentlich, wo ich hier bin. Hi Sky! Izuna, oder?
Breathtaking.
Ist es Bora? Bah. Hast du nicht gesagt, dass ich Mora brauche, Andy? Was ist hier eigentlich? Ist hier etwas? Ja. Toll, bin jetzt angekommen. Jetzt bist du mal gefahren, Fontaine.
After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it! Oh, this must be Fontaine's... Wow! Everything looks so advanced in Fontaine! Paimon's heard that the industry here is extremely... Just seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we... What do you think? Good idea! Nahida gave us look. Seeking out the 7 is probably still our best source for information at this point. Yeah, the more we can learn... So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him. Clearly, he was...
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family. I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened.
Excuse me. Can I help you too?
Hi. We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask, but you seem to be really busy.
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In fact, it's a case that was just heard a few days ago.
Really? Like, a real trial? But the way you were...
Well, good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And what you see in reality may also be someone deliberately putting on an act while harboring ulterior motive. Whether something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out... Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese, or more commonly known as just the Opera House.
But, shouldn't court cases be treated a little more seriously than that? Not to question Fontaine's way of doing things, it's...
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. You could say that we just don't want to waste the moving stories behind those cases. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette, as well as the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a machine created by the Archon.
That's a
Between the
berühmte
machine
Voice.
and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
Oratrice? Is it some kind of machine, too? Oh, Paimon's cute. Wait, Paimon almost forgot to ask you our question.
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically lives there. You could definitely say it's her biggest passion.
Huh. I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon personally. In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether or not she has any time slots available.
Huh. Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff? Wait, didn't you say that she's always at the Opera House?
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is simply because she's incredibly popular.
Keiner tu.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't get enough of her.
Huh. First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before. Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon is...
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could even say our mascot.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of visitors. Otherwise, I might get arrested and find my...
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful.
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon at the Opera House, but who knows how long making an appointment will take? Hey! What are you looking over there for? Huh. Maybe something's the matter.
Oh.
She isn't going to jump into the water! on her.
Beobachtet sie unser Boot eigentlich? Ich habe so geparkt, dass es das Boot beobachtet. Wie perfekt habe ich das geparkt, bitte?
Hello there.
Huh? I'm fine.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there.
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
No, people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water. And though I can still see that hill clearly in my memories, now it's been completely submerged. He would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, but now the water is gradually swallowing our memories. It won't be long before.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you...
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Allow me to introduce myself.
Hi, Lynette.
I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
Hat sie gesagt, Paimon ist Paimon.
We were just talking with your sister.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all. I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason. So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Schon eine Gemeinsamkeit mit Lynette und Travel, let's go.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We...
Wenn Paimon dazu noch reflektiert wird.
What did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories?
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each other yet, have we?
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, traveler. And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking fun at
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine when making new friends. You should remember it.
Oh, all right then. Well, Paimon's just happy to have a local friend now. By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the Opera House to meet the Hydro Archon. Would you be able to...
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the Opera House later myself. I'll gladly take you once I finish things here. Please, follow me. You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see you.
Was? Ja, Clement. Ah, 'Clement. 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 'C Als ob man so early Farina sieht, das ist what?
So, she's the Hydro Archon? But how did she know we were looking for her?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu. As you can all see, 2 unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and his companion, who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Der Informationsseite. War das nicht der blonde Typ, der es geraten hat, der am Anfang eben war? Bruder, der hat legit gespoilert, der Farina. Hey, der Traveler kommt. Oh, weißt du was? Ich begrüße direkt am Empfang. Buchstäblich am Eingang. Bruder. Als ob man, als ob das Geräusch auch noch dabei ist. Sludge.
Is she talking about us?
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you left in your wake as you visited other nations. But I welcome you nevertheless. No, I have come to receive you personally. Fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. You can be rest assured, I see clearly your sincerity. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly behold my power and witness my authority. I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Traveler, that was easy.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like, but the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe? Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. I suppose it's only natural. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god?
Ja, da ist der Typ.
All it takes is a flick of my finger for me to know everything.
Oh, talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony.
Is she really?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Als ob wir schon so berühmt sind, dass die Leute, selbst die Einheimischen von Fontaine schon wissen, wer wir sind. Oder zumindest von den Abenteuern. Wow.
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina? Is there some kind of drama going?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about. Lady Farina came here to personally see him. Oh, I bet this is gonna be the duel of the century.
Ooh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy. And despite the noise, I've come to tolerate all their ruckus. You may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and this traveler from another...
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Wirklich, wir haben immer noch dieses Schwert.
Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Ach, wir sind schon gewöhnt. Wir sind schon gewöhnt. Mein, ey, hat uns schon richtig eingehärtet. Mit Dreh von Yamiko.
Stand down, Clorend. I admire his bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. He is obviously a true warrior.
Man muss sagen, sie kann voll gut. Sie kann sehr gut mit ihrem Wort umgehen.
Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will not slake their thirst for excitement.
Oh, yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor. They're getting a bit old, to tell the truth.
You see, then, as the god of justice, I shall face this traveler in another kind of duel. A duel in Kart!
Right. This is Fontaine, after all. Such a grand opera house.
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent... Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Oh, we have reason to put you on trial. According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month. You are clearly guilty of violating this law.
Du willst mir sagen, Paimon hat uns automatisch als Verbrecher eingestuft? Willst du damit sagen? Hab ich das recht verstanden? Wegen Paimon wird mir ins Gericht gezogen. Also, ich hab's richtig verstanden. Wir sind wegen fucking Paimon jetzt in Gefahr. Ich glaube, du bist das Problem, Magnet, Paimon, nicht ich.
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's our Lady Farina. No one knows the laws of Fontaine like she does.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object? You mean Paimon?
Sie hat's gecheckt.
Precisely. Now, if you two have no objections, then...
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun. But if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
Nein, Elfson, du träumst nicht. Ich habe eine Abstimmung gemacht, sogar am Mittwoch. Angekündigt, dass ich am Donnerstag Fortnite mache und am Freitag nach Abstimmung das streame. 3 Stimmen haben Genshin, 2 Community und 0 NTE, also Genshin. Hey!
Tell her, Linny. Finally someone who's not crazy. How could anyone call Paimon a flying object?
Great magician, Linny. My beloved citizen. I'll permit you to object. But how exactly do you plan to prove your claim?
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of saving the show. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a trick for everyone.
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did Linny do that?
Als ob er schon vorbereitet hat, ob da was ist. Das ist crazy.
As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the traveler's hand all along. It was just that no one could see it before.
Huh? You call that magic?
Huh. I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina's
amazing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy. With you here, today's performance can finally be called
Performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not bring charges against an innocent person.
Aber was mir gerade so auffällt, wenn Linné es weiß, das heißt, Linné muss aber diesen blöden Gesetz kennen. Ach du Scheiße. Ja, komm bitte auf dieses Gesetz, bitte. Das war dieses mit dem Flugobjekt, oh Gott.
But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now.
Bruder, du willst mir sagen, wie diese Aktion sind 9 Leute gekommen. Heieiei. 6 Beamte, Farina, der Typ, der es gesagt hat, willkommen und Lorin. Wow. Ganz ehrlich, wenn schon so ein Gesetz existiert, ich will unbedingt jetzt, ich will jetzt ein Gesetzbuch lesen. Fuck it, gib mir den Gesetzbuch, ich will wissen, was bescheuerte Sachen drauf geht. Bestimmt steht drauf, dass du, was weiß ich was, das erinnert mich gerade etwas, das erinnert mich an ein Kanada-Stadtgesetz, das so richtig dumm ist. Soll ich einen dummen Kanada-Gesetz sagen, Leute? Soll ich den sagen? Ich sag euch alles, wie wir darüber lachen. Okay. In der Hauptstadt von Kanada, also ich glaube es war Toronto, ist es verboten, Eis zu verkaufen am Sonntag. Das kannst du niemandem erzählen eigentlich. Das ist so bescheuert. An einem fucking Sonntag da.
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. I didn't think it would actually come in handy.
Mir fällt da auf, ich kenne noch ein Florida-Gesetz, was auch so richtig dumm ist. Nee. Florida, ich habe noch 2 weitere Reisen in Florida, ich weiß nicht, ob der noch aktuell ist, und noch eins in Portugal. Wollt ihr Florida oder Portugal hören?
So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Farina is?
Ach, das ist dieser Scheiße. Das ist das, was hier so Geräusche macht. Das hier macht die ganze Geräusche. Ich habe mich gefragt, was die ganze Geräusche macht.
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Okay, dann machen wir Florida. In manchen Gebieten, nicht überall Florida, aber in bestimmten Dörfer oder Städte in Florida ist es angeblich bei öffentlichen öffentliches Gebäude, wenn sie Duschräume haben, nackt zu duschen. Das heißt, du darfst nicht deine Klamotten aussehen, das heißt, du musst mindestens eine Unterwäsche tragen. Du darfst nicht komplett nackt duschen, mindestens eine Unterwäsche.
Magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. Lynette is my assistant. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera House.
But isn't the Opera House where...
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, the line between a trial and a performance can be a little blurred.
Aber das ist nur bei manchen Städten. Nicht überall Florida, aber bei manchen. Aber das Gesetz gibt's wirklich. Das Gesetz gibt's. Das ist das Weirde.
And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity gifted by fate. Might I invite the two of you to see my performance?
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
So nett wäre es so, ja.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the way. I just have something to take care of first. Oh, you really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your... This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps...
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... You asked me before about the prophecy, right? Let me start by telling... I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around... It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will... In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine...
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine...
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely...
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of we hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. As a magical item, these magic pockets have a...
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day!
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe.
Ist okay, Sohn.
But who
Ich werde ganz
knows?
halten.
We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to...
What's this? So you also believe in the prophecy?
What? You mean...
No, I believe in the prophecy. But I also believe the story says that people once lived in the ocean. They were one with the... But as time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels, encapsulating... So, if you ask me, when the water rises and takes us...
Oh, we hadn't heard that one before. People...
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being dissolved into the...
So you're the blonde traveler that everyone's been talking about. Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. I guess it's better to prepare for the worst. Thanks. Oh.
Gott. Na gut, hat gepasst.
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about...
You should still take it. You never know.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that... if I start moving, that means I've already given up on the life I have now.
Oh, you already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what did people have to say? Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right.
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was thinking...
So, you want to collect materials?
Oh, that would be much appreciated.
Wollte ich auch sammeln oder habe ich die schon? Oh Gott, ich muss jetzt noch sammeln.
Ready.
Ach, diese Blumen. Oh Gott, da muss ich mit Hydra kriegen. Hier ist auch so eine Blume. Okay, nehme ich gerne noch mit. Mir fährt auf, wir sind sehr lange noch in diesem Gebiet.
Quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. I've also finished collecting a few.
Mir fährt es jetzt auf, dass ich schnell Zuschauer habe. What? Ich muss den Verlauf sehen. Tatsächlich, was hat 9 Zuschauer? What? Und von wann es angefangen habe, ich auf 6 konstant hoch. Wow. Wow.
Maybe next time you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
No way. I'm in power-saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any energy left for the performance at the Opera House.
Endlich gehe ich bei Modus.
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished here, we...
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the Opera House? Good.
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's wrong with her?
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really doing. Watch her movements carefully.
Oh, he's right!
Shh! Keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route. All right, let's go.
Take it easy.
Darf ich mal Aufzug fahren? Ja, geht das noch bitte? Noch 90 Meter. 80. 70.
This is the spot where Linny wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her? Oh no! Did she notice us? What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might also... Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Linny caught the thief. Yeah, what?
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything else.
No, that was all. Oh, I can't thank you enough. I didn't notice a thing or... Anyway, I should...
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground. By the time I looked back, she was already gone.
I saw the general direction she went, but Lenny twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure he was okay.
Oh, did you get...
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all. In fact, it's feeling better already.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to...
You're right, you're right. I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I... But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though. Lenny's initial...
All right, let's put this little detour behind us.
So.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around. People in...
This is an aquabus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to...
So you mean it's still boring, even when I'm riding with you?
Oh, she's a bit pissed.
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Mach's nicht schlimmer, als es schon ist.
Whatever.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Tja. Noch die Fotografin noch mit an Bord.
What? Traveler! Paimon! Charlotte!
Oh, I never guessed I'd bump into you while riding the octopus. In the story of my life, this is big news.
Aber ich mag ihre Chemie.
What are you doing in Fontaine?
Absurd.
I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
Yeah, it's quite the coincidence. But as travelers, we're always on the move. It's not surprising that nobody knew we were coming. Though you still have no idea how the Hydro Archon knew about us. Oh, let Paimon...
Oh, no need for introductions, Paimon. I would recognize the great magician Lenny and his assistant Lynette anywhere. I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who they were. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Now that everyone knows each other, Fontaine suddenly doesn't feel like such an unfamiliar... So, what have you been up to lately, Charlotte? Any big news?
Not too much. When there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. Ah, you're right. Seems you know me pretty well. What I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake the country. Oh, I just remembered.
Viel Glück,
I've been
Epson.
following a case lately.
Hast ja Wochenende frei nach deiner ganzen Schichtarbeit.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
That's right! These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most mysterious case we've ever seen.
Wieso macht Google übersetzt immer das automatisch ja zu und? Ich verstehe es nicht. Aber zumindest ich, aber ich will ja sehen, was das Original geschrieben ist, aber ich frage mich auch, ob das immer automatisch übersetzt wird. Jetzt wirklich das abschalten soll. Das ist die Einstellung.
I've already gathered all kinds of materials. I just can't wait for the truth to be revealed.
Irgendwie ist das nicht.
So, what is the
Oh.
serial disappearances of young women
Oh, das könnte Pain sein.
You mean the culprit hasn't been found?
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years ago. And ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all of a similar age, and that they've all vanished without a trace.
Eine volle Woche, Efson. Oi.
But the scariest part is that to this day, none of the girls
In der
have
Regel,
ever been
in der
found.
Regel ja. In der Regel ja.
Many suspects have
Aber
been
es wäre
arrested over
aber
the
mindestens
years in
weg, auf jeden
connection
Fall.
with
Ich hoffe, dass
this
es
case,
30
but
dann
shortly
auch
after
wirklich.
each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But either way,
Ja, das
I
ist Pain.
believe that every case has some precise truth behind it, waiting to be exposed.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation. I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Cool. Ich finde es irgendwie witzig, dass wir ein Boot einfach die ganze Zeit stehen, nicht sitzen. Kann ich doch nicht beurteilen. Ich fange jetzt gerade erst an mit Fontaine Story. Deswegen kann ich auch nicht sagen, ob ich das mag oder nicht. Den Fontaine Akt. Weil ich fange den ja auch erst an. KLX on Pause. Okay, ich hätte erst noch.
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this.
Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly.
I have an interview to get to. I should get going before...
Okay, I'm gonna...
Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time.
What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone.
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides, I still have all the materials we collected.
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge, Paimon wouldn't...
Bruder, wie die Story schon anfängt, erstmal so hart begrüßt von Farina. Schöner Beingang. Nicht an dem Fuß von Fontaine. So, jetzt sind wir... Ach komm schon. Okay, jetzt ist das auch wieder da. Was habe ich hier noch? Achso. Das war schnell noch umwandeln, bevor ich das vergesse. Was ist es schon? Außer als Ausrufezeichen markiert, das hat mich ganz verwirrt.
Allow me.
Schade, kein Bohrer. Da noch so viel, die ich noch machen muss. Wie viel brauche ich denn eigentlich? 47.000, okay. Was ist das hier eigentlich? Oh mein Gott. Noch das hier. Gott, das ist noch nicht. Hier ist auf der Waffenkiste. Na komm, was will ich hier? Nice, ist gut. Wie? Das habe ich schon wirklich mein Artefakt wieder voll habe. Bruder. Das ist so Pain. Jetzt habe ich die Artefakte wieder voll habe. Okay, ich wenigstens. Wette, es geht wieder. Okay, ist auch nicht. Ich dachte, ich wäre jetzt MP% only gewesen. Mann, habe ich sehr viel 3-Star-Artefakte. Kann man erstmal alles verballern. Tipsern. Wow, ist sogar Müll geworden. Jetzt habe ich Platz für neue Artefakte. Nee, jetzt nicht weiter. So bekomme ich hier schon direkt Müll. Gott. Da geht's noch.
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go? I have some new friends that I would like to introduce.
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be
Fremine.
returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a phenomenal diver.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you
Ich
sound
sollte drüber
very
nachdenken,
glad to
Paimon
have a
ist sowas wie
diver as a
Extroverte
brother,
Energy
Vinny.
des Jahrhunderts, weil dessen Fremine so richtig introvertiert antwortet. Das ist so ein krass Kontrast, wenn man so überlegt.
Lenny, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me? Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just... Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials to make magic pockets. Were you able to get any, Fremine?
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials. I was about to give them to you.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater.
Oh, es regnet.
Looks like rain.
Oh, interessant.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago? Fontaine's weather sure is weird.
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being held in the Opera House, but don't worry, it'll clear up.
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, the skies will cloud up and pour. When I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward the sky at the top of my lungs. Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very unusual. Let Paimon try some. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism.
Sorry, it might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. Perhaps it can't be comforted by the words of strangers. It rained for longer than I suspected. Oh, it's already getting...
Was there something you needed to do, Linny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need to find a way to catch the last aqua bus of the day. On the day of the performance, just ride the aqua bus to the island of Aeneas. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in... What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. You feel nervous delivering the materials for the magic. Perhaps we could trouble the traveler to help us take these materials to the... I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted. And the boss there tends to be pretty talkative. Fremine has always been a little afraid of her.
No trouble at all. Don't worry.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it...
Oh, no need.
Thanks again, you two.
Das ist gut. Ich glaube, Devs hat das mit Vergnügen gemacht für dich. Ja.
Take it easy.
Das sind wir schon auch.
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made?
Oh no, we're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are. They're for making...
Ah, these must be for Magic Pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several... No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, I even offered them a discount. But they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run. It seems both their hearts and their pockets are made of gold.
Like, nice.
Wow. So...
I can't say for sure, but who knows? Maybe there's good money to be made being a
Hey! Is this machine what you use to make stuff here? It looks really advanced.
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technology. And wasting is a kind of crime.
But where does a big machine like that...
Ah, well, it's a little complicated. I'm not sure, but basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium. It's a type of energy that's produced from trials.
Huh? How can trials produce energy?
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself, but when a trial is in session, the oratrice mécanique d'analyse cardinale harvests people's belief and justice and converts it into energy to be used all around Fontaine.
So that's what its other function is? Paimon heard that the oratrice was created by the Archon to make judgments, but Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for the... Oh, yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief
Cardinal.
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called mumusia. It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now, it still cannot be widely used by civilians.
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already talking, I'm...
You again? Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe the Confrérie of Cabra?
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month? I want 50% today. Wait, no, 70%.
Verständlich.
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's a good time to leave?
Hey, hold on. Before you go around trying to collect payments, why don't you settle your own debts first?
Hi.
If Confrérie of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first?
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay everything we owe next month. Why are you hounding me now?
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
Bruder, Schallkräfte ist auch gefühlt irgendwann überall.
We're surprised to see you too. What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now. And honestly, things have been pretty
Mr.
boring.
Worldwide.
But it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find... Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a little...
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far, right?
Hey, you!
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs while you catch up with your friends?
Yeah.
Listen to me, boy.
Yeah,
you want Mora? Fine. Why don't you come and take it?
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser said...
Hey! That's way over the line! All right!
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients. You're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
Na gut, sicher.
Sure this won't take...
Ja, als ob.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Hast aber wirklich als Scheiß hier spielst sogar. Was halt, ich weiß deinen Rhythmus halt nicht. Das ist mein Problem. Ich mach lieber mit Decker-Modus einfach, dann krieg ich halt durch.
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank? Wait, don't tell me.
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make sure you understand that you don't mess with Northland Bank. Huh?
Now's my chance.
Huh. That was weird. I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydro powers when I needed them. Maybe there's something wrong with my vision?
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon's ever heard of someone losing control of their vision.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides, I always have my delusion in case I need it.
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? I don't see it's work for Northland Bank.
Well, I guess it's because I've been in a bad mood lately.
Huh? What kind of reason is that? Wait!
I don't know. Maybe I still have a lot to learn, but recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know why, but every now and then I feel like I'm in a terrible mood.
Maybe you losing control of your vision just now is connected with that power you're feeling inside.
That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I fell into some unknown abyss. It was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me was named Skirk. She was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat tech. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. From what I could make of her answer, it was because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me. She said that all my combat training would be useful in the future.
But what is it?
She never explained that, but my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a whale that was so massive.
Ist es in mir so, oder wurde der Schaltmodell ein bisschen bearbeitet? Ich weiß nicht, Schalt wirkt so irgendwie anders.
A whale?
Also von
Oh,
früher.
that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale that seemed to leap at us. Is that the one?
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I created. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. Seems a little... So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident, but it's been years now, and I've still found nothing.
Oh, it sounds like some kind of ghost story.
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in the... Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just...
What? More work for the North...
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of Fontaine's official champion duelists whenever I'm feeling bored.
Official champion duelists? You mean it's their job to duel?
Yep. In Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court, they're given one chance to defend their honor by requesting a duel with an official champion duelist. The champion duelists are all-powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. And the duel itself is a no-holds-barred fight so engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted, and the worst-case scenario is that you're simply killed in the duel. Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no one has ever been officially sentenced. So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by...
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the nation respects. Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was itching to face them as soon as I got to Fontaine. Apparently, the one I'm meeting today, Clorinde, is the strongest of the champion duelists. I had been asking her for some time before she finally agreed to face me today.
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before. Clorinde. Huh.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to...
Huh? Your vision? You're seriously just giving it away?
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel, so I think I'll be better off without it for now. Besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it when I have some time later.
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just wanted to...
Whatever gave you that idea?
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling down lately, but he seemed the same as... Well, since we don't have much...
Einfach scheiß Vision haben, alles klar.
most of the story. Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Whew. Paimon never saw the whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Pub. It's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered, especially in the one Paimon was just reading. You should buy a copy and read. Oh, sorry about that. Hey. Lenny said that the opera house is on their yes. So let's go ride the
Ja, Frage ist so wie lang. Ich glaube nicht, dass er es nutzen kann.
Now this is fancy! The Opera Epiclese. What a place to hold a performance! No wonder Linny and Lynette... Huh. Looks like there's a lot of...
Oh, Archon. Please bless us with a bright and healthy
I don't know why you always feel the need to ask so much.
I guess if there are, kid, then there's no doubt.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine.
Vache.
What's wrong?
Vache. Vache.
No, Paimon didn't say anything. Are you?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through Fontaine converges here. It's customary for new...
Lynette!
Lenny asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Right.
What do you mean? There are a lot of people here right now.
Hey, you're not trying to...
I see. I might be able to tell you something that could help in fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
It's because of his sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to do with element?
When do you cry, Paimon?
Wait, what?
Just answer me.
When Paimon's really sad? Oh,
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions. Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
So, what did the voice say? Huh. If you were hearing that...
Rather than worrying about them, don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty...
Oh, right. That makes sense.
Kann ich davon.
Let's move on.
Auf zum Opernhaus.
Traveler in Paimon. Good to see you.
Are you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking for...
I can tell, Judge, but you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now it... The Opera House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations. I've already reserved your...
Ooh, front row seat?
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep...
Hey, Lenny! Could you come over here and take a...
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seat.
Ganz ehrlich, ich würde eher oben sitzen, ob ich mal einen Ausblick. Oh. Es ist nicht nur Roulette.
Oh, these should be our seats. Come on. Hey, Traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is... cute little...
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry. I would be perfectly happy to chat with you.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down. Wait, that's not it, Paimon's... Sorry. Paimon's the one who was, Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here.
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linney would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Oh, so you're not friends with Linney, then? Paimon nearly forgot. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat, and as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself.
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linney. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your performance in...
Wait, Nervillet?
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you... Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Whoa! Sorry for being so rude.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really. And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise...
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Very good. That is for the best. No need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro?
All right, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations and the performance will...
Yay! The show is finally about to start! Paimon can hardly wait!
Warte mal. Wir haben bestimmt auch scheiß Vision.
Oh, they're dimming the lights! The show must be sorry.
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linney. And over here is my sister, Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all. So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today. Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show. That way, even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations. I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless. But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky. Using this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes. It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do. Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Eine Banane. Halb, lup. Mal schauen, ob ich aus die 370 Mal hinausgehe, weil ich glaube, ich bin sehr lange gesagt bei 370 Abos.
That's right. Paimon couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing.
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance. But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises. The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen. I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still in which case, I have ample time to make all necessary So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of one lucky audience member.
Wetten, es sind 4.
Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes. There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here, and one is there in the aisle among the audience. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick. A swap! Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic... Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the...
Wow! Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual superpowers?
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who'll be... Now then, let's begin. Let me see... Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for... Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside... I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box. If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the Fortress of Mara.
Oh.
All right. Before I enter the magic box, there is one more thing I need to... Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be relying on your voices to know when time is up. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say this.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be... Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
60, 59.
That's right, perfect. Keep...
54, 50. Why aren't you counting nervously?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here as it is.
Sorry, der Screenshot muss sein.
My identity and personality. Do not worry about me.
Oh, all right. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling 40, 30.
Mr. Linney, are you...
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just double-checking. It would be a disaster if we get sent...
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. What was that noise? Did you hear it too? Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't... 25!
What's wrong, Mr. Linney? I can still hear you moving.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for...
No, that's unacceptable.
19!
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know 10 seconds and change is...
10!
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
Wo ist die andere Person? What? Ich glaube, das wird nicht sein.
What happened?
Ich glaube, das sollte nicht passieren. Fuck.
Is this part of the show? Mr. Linney, you're going to use not...
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was...
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the...
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the...
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of it. Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead.
What?
His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage. As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowell in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found. It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance, and there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young...
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery, I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, now that I think about it. That whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation.
That can't be right. How come he was in the box on the stage the entire time? Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He could have possibly...
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linney and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
I just think that I think it might be a little early to talk about formally pressing charges.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense. Looks like she's gonna personally deliver...
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show. Lady...
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious, that's right. I mean you, traveler. You'll support Linney, won't you? After all, then there's no problem at all. You know, the traveler and I, but with Linney's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are, so no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better...
It wasn't a draw.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order. Well, traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in... Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both Linney and his troupe are all potential suspects, and shall remain within the Opera House. The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guard.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this...
Oder wir werden einfach gefangen genommen hier, oder was?
Sorry about everything that happened just now.
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Tell me. Good to hear. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered up. I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. And I don't know why poor Cal was in the box.
Das ist never so hochgegangen.
As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answer. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
Ich wollte gerade fragen.
Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh?
Was, Mora? Wo ist das Mora her? Paimon? Wo ist das Mora her? Kannst du mir keine Schwörungstes geben? Ein bisschen Kleingeld vielleicht? Damit die mehr meine Talente fürs Zirk hochleveln kann.
Don't worry. Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me, but with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette, and good thing you agreed to be our attorneys.
Yes, thank you so much.
Since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first.
Ah, well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
The secrets behind our
Ach so,
magic
ja,
are
stimmt.
past saving.
Es hat Mora mal gewackelt.
I suppose you're right. 'Tis truly.
Aber wie hat sie den Mora verdient?
As
Das
a
ist eher die andere
magician, our
Frage.
magic show is a work of art. But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth, we should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks.
Alright, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are... Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants, named Cowell. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone gentle. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping... As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowell inside it. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and
But he doesn't have a motive!
Are you both good friends?
Well, you can't...
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your... I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence. Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for... Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Go ahead, have a look around.
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall. The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler? Whoa. Look! This bit is made from different material! Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left. Huh. So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of... Wait! Paimon should write...
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the magic troupe members are... The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show. The magic troupe members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflict. Simply put, she wasn't related to the magic troupe at all, which matches the features of the
Were the victims of previous
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections.
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see them, it is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom.
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number
See? I told you. What if the machine picked some big guys?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about—
You're trying to help them?
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later just— Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same— I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether— In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where.
That much checks out. Linny—
Let you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Even though it's bad for Linny's—
Gib mir diese Kiste, ich will mal versuchen. Das war hier irgendwo.
I see that you're investigating the area. If you find any new and interesting leads,
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
then why don't I tell you my hypothesis first? The way I see it.
The thud? Oh, you mean the
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that it's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice, and when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crack—
Wait, wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right. Oh, that's true.
That does remind—
Linny's still talking to the guards. I think someone will be assigned.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No?
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus, Demoiselle's various daily needs and
Huh? Boss?
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss?
No need. You don't have to call me boss. just Navia is...
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're...
All merely trifling details, that's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely...
Really? We think so, but how did you...
Intuition, naturally. Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any but that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was...
Sounds more like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times. All right, I've answered your question.
Wait a minute, did that answer?
Well, I say it does. But don't, in your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an
well?
And why would that be? See, Silver and Maloose? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, demoiselle. I too think that the Traveler, no matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
All right, that's quite enough, Maloose. Anyway, I like your answer. Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint
Wait! Since when did we become...
Oh, well, I can be the assistant. Sure. Or your companion, if you like.
That's more like it.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that you wish to save a friend from false accusations.
Sein Geburtstag geht gleich vorbei, merke ich halt von Uhrzeit her.
In this sense, our goals are aligned.
You have a point. And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something on your mind.
I have nothing to add.
Oh.
We'll be making some preparations first.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If...
No, we're not leaving. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes. After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point. I doubt there was much opportunity then either.
How can you be so sure?
Well, because I was in charge of... I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. But still, I did not abandon my post. And I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. We Melazines are good at that.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't... Alright, thank you for your help. We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is...
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Oh god.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my...
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just...
You've arrived. Who's this?
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem... Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia, and these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would...
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not every day you get to see the secrets behind me.
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more...
weren't there balloons and other decorations here?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to...
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the...
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, interesting!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked! Wow,
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably
Yeah.
never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around?
This is the scene of the crime. So Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't
Thanks, everyone.
Junge, ist da viele Hinweise?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's a...
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left?
Whatever it is, let's make...
Warte mal, ist er nicht verbrannt worden? Ist es nicht der Set, der oben festgehangen hat und das hat dann runtergefallen?
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Oh! Someone knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into it and here's a broken vase. Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while...
That can't be. The trolley moves along track.
These are the clothes that the lady chosen from the... Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Right. And do you really need to do that? If you're... Ugh. This is so confusing. What is this place?
It seems someone could fit through it.
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to...
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right. Let Paimon right... Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Kann man auch hier rausgehen?
Let's head back.
Bruder.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus...
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the opera houses. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then.
The plot? No wonder Farina...
In other words, the charges are very light.
Charges and then...
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the... That's right. This is how the statements from both sides. To put it simply, it's as if...
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice.
Once both sides have finished speaking, then, finally...
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? I'm unbuttoned of...
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have... yes, the guards all... Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties. And even if that were not so, it could prove...
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa! There's no need for that! Paimon thinks they have a point.
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering...
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. I mean, what better way to properly...
Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like... Just kidding! Just kidding!
What do you mean, no snacks?
Huh?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying a...
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the demoiselle's baking needs whenever fancies...
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the...
Good work, you two.
These three are quite the interesting group.
Die fucking Maca...
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven.
Macarot ist schwer zu machen, also bitte, das ist wirklich anders wild.
These two guys carrying all that stuff, but you ended up doing the entire...
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Paimon was just thinking.
Well, I don't underestimate beating egg. Anyway, give these a try.
Only
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that shit.
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's fate. No need for concern. I'm merely doing...
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned
Ja, aber
previously, the tunnel seems to be something
das
of
Gericht
a
zählt
secret
eins der
chamber.
schwersten Gerichte zu machen, um das richtig zu machen, Epson. Wenn man es ganz richtig anstellt, so ganz auf den hohen Niveau. Kennst du Bellingham oder wer ist dieses eine britische Gericht mit dieser Rindfleisch, Beef Wellington? Kennst du Beef Wellington, Epson? Kennst du das Gericht? Das ist eins der schwersten Hauptgerichte so koche, weil das kannst du so einfach verkacken, wenn du so viel, also kurz oder zu lang backst. Auch bei Makarone ist es gleich bei Süßigkeitsgebäck. Das ist wirklich eins der schwersten Gerichte zu meistern. Also ich glaube, eine Kochausbildung allgemein wird vielleicht nicht ausreichen. Also muss man extra Training machen für dieses Gericht, glaube ich. Oder soll man es extra machen? Weil normale Kochausbildung glaube ich nicht, dass es dazu gehört.
You can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines.
Oder könnte theoretisch das Abschlusszeitprüfung sein. Weil die auch schwer zu machen sind, erst so, ne? Ich meine, Makarone zu machen ist wirklich eine Stundenarbeit. Deswegen sind die auch teuer. Das war ein Gericht, was Stunden dauert.
The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel.
Vielleicht von Dauer her 2- oder 3-fache Zeit von Muffins oder so ein Scheiß. Als Dauer her so gleich.
The discarding of her clothes
Ich habe
and
kurz
her
nachgucken.
abduction.
Aber das ist eigentlich ein schweres Gericht, sogar das eher zu perfektionieren. Ja. Bruder. Okay, wer ist es? Ich hab doch ein bisschen Gericht, aber das ist es sehr. Wenn du sogar präzise machen musst, sogar. Okay, die Dauer habe ich auch etwas unterschätzt, aber durch nur 130 und 150 Grad backen ist auch nicht einfach.
Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Ach, dieser Tipp zur KI, was ich gerade lese. Den Ofen nicht mehr öffnen nach den ersten 10 Minuten, sonst könnte die Makarone verfallen. Ach du Scheiße.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this, but the only people left to consider are both technically victims. Whether it's the missing girl...
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, nor does she have any motive.
Were we not fit from the sound of things? This is turning into... Your macarons are amazing though, Navia.
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
Wie sie sogar guckt. Die guckt sogar so da drauf.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right.
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might...
No. Being greedy is one. Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough.
Warte mal.
Wait. Even you don't believe Paimon? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they...
All right, we get it. Well, Malus, set up this...
Huh?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons of...
Exactly. We don't want to...
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg sugar...
Well, this really...
Wieso hab ich das Gefühl, der Dieb könnte es sein? Das heißt... Ich glaube, da war jemand anderes.
That's it for snack time. I'm going to... I don't know what we're looking for yet. It would be awkward.
All right. Thanks for your...
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, It's time to go.
Ja. Verständlich.
I'll be back if I find anything new.
Alright, it's time to put her... What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing.
Gute Nacht, Andy. Wünsche ich schon mal.
Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than...
Thanks, Navia.
Best of luck to...
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be...
No. We're already...
Well now, don't you all look disappointed? Don't tell me that your That was to be expected, of course. The guilty... But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you...
Since both parties are present, I declare... Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have...
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to...
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were...
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask...
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that...
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud.
I was right by the box, and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use... Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundation... Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
Was hat das jetzt damit zu tun?
The House of the Hearth?
Was
No
hat das...
wonder they did something like this.
Was hat das jetzt damit zu tun, dass die Factory verbunden
So
sind?
the serial disappearances were the Fatsui's doing.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just...
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the end.
Jetzt hab ich alles. Bahnhof nicht gefunden, okay.
Fighting in Discord, I suppose. Oh, good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Hey, Linny, why didn't you...
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hawk. Are these claims true? Please answer my
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the...
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary? They're all...
The defendant deceived their own attorneys.
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn.
So, in that case, my dear audience...
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler.
Yeah. Paimon doesn't know where to start. We based our entire reasoning on not to set the wrong tone or...
I'm very sorry. I know you've clashed with the Vitui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just... But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some detail. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to. Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, you met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am...
Sorry. Please.
Well, you both say that, but... Right. Let's hear your answer first.
Of course. I'll answer any question. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which...
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel, specifically to...
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to which should have been impossible, of course, I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as...
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that...
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud, but like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because...
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, huh?
Okay, weiter geht's.
Both parties have returned to their positions. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may...
That took long enough. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective. As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud. He did not realize that this sound could be heard. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out before making her change clothes. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise. So Linney proceeded to knock him out afterward. Linney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the device as such. And there you have it.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to...
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events. Seem...
Nee, warte, ich muss erst mal gucken, was habe ich hier alles. Nee. Davon gibt's keinen Sinn, ja. Okay, das kann ich jetzt ändern.
According to Linney, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey. Linney went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth. Linney did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the...
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the countdown started, Linney did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore...
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
My reasoning?
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Linney only only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell him! Oh, well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims? Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have... You're saying that he wasn't?
Okay.
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? Are you sure we don't
Okay,
need
ich
to
wollte
give this
testen,
more
was das
thought?
sagt. Ja.
That's right! Lenny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Lenny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof!
Well, to think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Lenny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
What?
Could there have been a third person involved? Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. Halsey is the missing person.
Okay, nee.
Could there have been a third person?
Okay, doch, der.
The deceased's name is Cowell.
Huh? That can't be... the killer was, in fact, Cowell!
Oh, is that so?
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim. Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. The sound we heard may have come from a... Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. he would have. No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So where would the criminal have wanted to take?
Ja Gott, da muss ich jetzt ganz gut überlegen.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that. Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. The deceased's name is Cowell. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. It would have been tough for both people. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into. Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. No one entered or left. The deceased's name is Cowell. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between. No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So where would the.
Ja, okay. Warte, da muss ich wirklich ganz genau.
No one entered or left the.
Bitte.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a. Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have come from a It would have been tough for both. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between. The deceased's name is Cowell. Linny. The deceased's name is
Da muss was anderes wählen.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there.
Ah, der Kleid war falsch.
It would have been tough for both.
Okay, was?
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not just like the trick is it
If only we knew how Halsey.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear.
Excuse me.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have come from a. The deceased's name is Cow. The vase was not broken by chance.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method...
How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some... Magic tricks are ultimately...
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may... Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at...
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, guards, please step into the lounge and...
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are... water from the primordial sea.
The primordial sea?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that, as such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact...
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but...
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two...
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partner?
Let's go. Just trust...
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic. Guards, please continue. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please...
Of course. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues...
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water
The deceased's name is Cowell. The water from the primordial sea shook. The water from the primordial...
Ja, sag ich doch das hier. Das hier.
Now it seems like the hook rope was... Lynette was in the magic bottle. I remember there was something else within... The rope that held the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and snapped.
Okay, selber falsch, okay. Muss doch eins davon sein.
Lynette was in the magic box. I remember there was something else with...
Ja, das da.
It's Ace Detective in the original plan. Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope, and the number selector securing his... When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That
actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that I shall now invite him on stage to share.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage and we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's
What?
That can't be.
Does this not clear? My dear citizens, my loyal... Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all, having made modifications to the props beforehand. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, ultimately, he knocked Cowell out. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a vicious...
Okay.
Am I right?
We've used up all the evidence we could. Is this the end of the road?
Oh no. Seems using the water as new.
I think we've all seen. I believe this is indeed. Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not...
Excuse me, everyone, but I must...
Miss, I must ask you not...
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh. What in the world?
No offense, miss, but miracle...
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is... But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous... Come on, Linny and Lynette. Give it another go. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show,
I understand.
And voila.
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So, the whole thing about people...
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence. I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me. And then, before I knew it, she caught...
That'll teach you to
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowell.
What? Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before.
Warte. Ist das nicht die Diebe, die versucht, Linny zu besiegen? Das war die Diebe von Anfang an, die wir gesehen hatten.
But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costume. I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
But are I swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
This time, we need to tell the entire story.
Huh.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lily-Ann's attempt to break out when she was frightened. The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed. Lily-Ann was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon! Having been selected out of the blue, her panic only intensified after she... Hearing the commotion, Cowl, he did not know that Lily-Ann was mistakenly believing that the two broke the flower with no way of escaping. She
God, das ist gut, Digga. Okay.
She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days!
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come...
Ah, so bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before...
What? Are you reading my... No. I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really...
Wow.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again the actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowl, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowl thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box, and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lily-Ann was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowl entered the tunnel and met Lily-Ann. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lily-Ann, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus... From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that... While there is much in Linny and Lily-Ann's conduct that should still be in this case at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
Wieso habe ich jetzt dabei Wischbeib bekommen?
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially...
Great work. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake.
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you. I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups. Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection.
Yes! Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent mora off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about.
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So, we're just going back now? That's...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Lenny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui. I guess. But I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent.
Yeah.
I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with that was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performance.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like...
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than...
It took a while for me to realize. Just after one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your...
Oh no. But wouldn't Fontaine...
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their way. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person, and hurried through the night. All I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the Knave.
So, she'd already...
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement. Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. I was hesitant to trust her, but she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us...
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis' power when she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy.
So, she believes...
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to come... Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further Everyone at Hotel Bouffe d'été, including the knave, has their roots in Fontaine. And we will all... To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world...
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis...
It's all right. I understand. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free...
Bye, Linny!
Oder?
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navi?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too? Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades? And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be...
Ah, I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But, sorry. I might have been too...
Don't say that, Navi.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth. Sorry. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal?
Huh? Do we really need to get...
Well, I'd just like to have a Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
You don't have to twist my...
Oh, wonderful.
Alright then, let's have our farewell...
Mahlzeit! So, damit bin ich mit dem ersten Akt fertig. Uiuiui. Damit haben wir einen weiteren Akt abgeschlossen. Uiuiui. Die Mädchen kriegt noch Waffe raus. Schade, kein Fest. Na, falsch geklickt. Aber noch etwas. Okay. Oder mit dem nächsten Akt fertig geworden. Damit habe ich den ersten Akt fertig. Hui. Was ein Akt. Ganz gut. Ich hoffe, das hat euch auf jeden Fall gut gefallen gehabt. Oh Gott, wie lange ist das hier? 3 Stunden für den ersten Akt. Da bin ich froh, dass ich es geschafft habe. Hey, ich bin mal von den ersten Akt fertig. Ich bin so happy gerade. Erstmal raus geht's zum Brunnen einfach. Einfach aus Prinzip. Ich glaube nicht, dass ich genug Siegel habe. Kriegt man aber für die Quest überhaupt noch Siegel? Ich weiß jetzt gar nicht mehr. So oft vorne in den Brunnen gegangen. Ich war auch nie hinten gegangen. Da war eine fucking Musikmünze hinter. Ich kann es nicht immer von vorne kommen. Ich habe noch nie hinten geschaut gehabt. Das war einfach. Wenn ich Fontaine aus Langeweile erkundet habe. Ich meine, wir reden hier von 50, 46, 49, 71, 49, 86, 67%, also schon mehr als die Hälfte erkundet eigentlich. Und du wirst mir sagen, ich war nie hinter den Brunnen gegangen. Auf diese eine fucking Musikmünze. Gott, ich bin mich so alles verarscht gerade. Aber hey, dann danke ich auf jeden Fall, dass ihr zugeschaut habt. Ich werde den Stream jetzt beenden. Mir fällt halt auf, ich muss auch endlich machen. Werde ich schnell machen. Dann wünsche ich euch gute Nacht. Vielleicht kommt noch einfach noch öfter noch ein Wollt. Mal schauen. Ciao, Stream.